Hello, my name is Jessica, and I am an archive specialist with the National Mind Map Repository. Welcome to my introductory video on how to humidify maps. First off, I bet you're asking, who is the National Mind Map Repository, or the NMMR? We are a repository for closed and abandoned mind maps from all over the country. The NMMR receives maps from donors, and we archive them into our public-facing database. Second, I bet you were wondering, why humidify these maps? What is the purpose of doing this process? We receive maps in different formats. Some are paper, latex, mylar, and canvas-backed. These maps have been folded or rolled up for many years. When they are opened, they tend to crack, rip, or break. This causes it to be hard for us to get an accurate picture of the mind workings. The humidification process allows the document to relax and lay flat. Not all mediums are humidified, only paper and canvas back. Now, onto the fun. In order to humidify maps or any other paper items, you will need a few supplies. These are supplies you may have around your house or can get from any archival company. These items include a set of tweezers, a large quantity of towels, deionized water, a smoothing tool, some type of stand to lay your maps on. This is important because you do not want your maps in the water. Archival quality tape, map cleaner. This is optional. A UV light sanitizer wand. This too is optional and is to fight the bacteria or mold that may grow. Large size bins with a lid. I like to use large Christmas tree containers. Once you have all your supplies handy, it's time to set up. Choose the bin that will fit your map or document. For this purpose, I will be using a map. You want to make sure that the map is not touching the container in any place. Place your hands in and then lay your towels at the bottom of the bin. You want just enough to catch the water, but enough to cover the bottom. Once these are placed, you can then lightly soak your towels. You want to make sure that they are wet to the touch, not soaked, but enough to feel it. When you have done this, you can place your map in and close the lid. Let the map sit in the box for up to 8 hours. If you are like me, you can place the map so you can see it start to soften. I like to place the edge of the roll up so you can see when it falls. A couple things. Depending on how soaked your towels are is how long it will take. You need to test this for yourself. I wet mine pretty well, so it doesn't take all 8 hours. You will also notice I am not wearing gloves during this process, mostly because these items are not being kept once we are done with them, and because I wash my hands before I work on them. Last thing, do not get tempted to open the lid. This will ruin the process and let all your humidity out of the box. I choose to use clear bins to make sure the process is working. Once the 8 hours is over, remove the lid. At this point, you should feel that the map is damp. It shouldn't be soaked, but wet enough to be pliable. Using your UV wand, run it over the top of the map and all around. This will help if the map has any mold or bacteria on it. Once you have done this, remove the map. Have your space set up and ready to use. I like to use a combination of Tyvek and unbuffered blotting paper. Place the map on the blotting paper and unroll. Using the map weights, hold it down so you can place a piece of polyester film over it. Leave the map until dry. This can take up to a day or two. When your map has dried, it's time to repair. Note that this step is optional as all maps don't need to be repaired. If repairing, I suggest using your map cleaner, if you have it, or brush first. Make sure you are rubbing or wiping the map gently. I do this because we work a lot of coal maps and they tend to be covered in coal dust. This also gets rid of the small pieces of canvas that can get in the way of the tape or cover mind workings when scanning. Once this is done, survey the damage to the map. You can see on this map, I need to use my tweezers to fix the tears. There is no magic remedy here. Just try to match up the lines, pattern, or whatever is on the map as best as possible. When you have gotten it lined back up, use the archival tape to keep it in place. Use your smoothing tool to go over the tape to make sure it's flat and in place. Continue to the other breaks, rips, or imperfections in your map. At this point, the map is complete. It can now be scanned. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you are interested in the work the NMMR does, please reach out to us using the website and email at the end of this video.